I feel like I'm like the Black Lorax of Appalachia. Plants that are in high demand and at risk, I am like, nah, like I'm gangster. I'm like, don't go in there, don't take them, don't use them, like hard stop, don't use it. I am a herbalist, a farmer, a ginseng and golden seal advocate. I work with the West Virginia Forest Farming Initiative, and we're trying to boost the herbal industry in West Virginia. Now, for me, ginseng is I do not use it. I do not offer it to anybody because it is endangered. I'd rather it be in the woods and be there for emergency like lymphoblastic leukemia or cancer. If you want to grow ginseng and in 10 years harvest that, I'm in support of that. In fact, I will come to your house and help you plant it. Now, the part of West Virginia that I'm in, this is an old coal camp. So my grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, they were all coal miners or coal cutters. So after slavery, that's why they came here to build a life. So I spent many summers here, walking up the mountain, going to the old black graveyard, eating too much candy, and my grandma would make me remedies. She was like the dentist of the neighborhood, and she was just always in the garden. She didn't go to church, she worked in the garden. That was her church. So I am an extension of her. I was in Maryland, so I moved here. I always loved West Virginia. I mean, and everybody in the family knew that. And my grandma was like, Ruby gonna be the one that comes back to West Virginia. A lot of the stories I read about African Americans and ginseng were, they knew where the ginseng was. They didn't really talk about them using it, but they always talking about them going and digging it and selling it to people. I feel that it was a resource for us to make money, but our herbal use was very secret. In Virginia, it was punishable by death if you were, as a slave, caught using herbs. We knew the herbs, we just hid it. There are other African Americans that do go in the woods and work with the plants, but there are also many that do not get down with the woods, because if we look at the history, they would be allowed to go out as slaves in the woods, but if the wrong person caught you, or if you didn't have a pass, or even if you did have a pass and they just wanted to lynch you and beat you or rape you, there's no safety there. It's not the woods that are unsafe for us, it's the people in the woods. The woods are your best friends. You can find food, shelter, medicine. I want it to be more African Americans forest farming, because I feel like we bring a different lens because of the fact that we are minorities and we have a different culture. And then we have that like African piece that we may not even know what it is, but it stems from being descendants of slaves. If we can survive 500 years of enslavement and being property, that fire and that survival and that perseverance is an excellent parallel for someone to make sure that ginseng survives.